know one of the witnesses who testified in the Epstein cases that Epstein said, you quote, like them young. Why would Epstein say that about you?
Are you asking his opinion? You're asking him to think about why Mr. Epstein would say something about him?
Why would Epstein say that about the
president? So she's asking you to try to be in Mr. Epstein's mind and guess at what Mr. Epstein would have thought about.
Clinton likes them young, referring to girls.
First of all, that's not true.
What's not true?
That I have any interest in underage.
I didn't say underage, I said young.
But it's still not true.
Is an intern young?
Yes.
Okay.
At my age, anybody younger than I am.
Did you know Jeffrey?
Okay. This is why your lawyer tries to get you to stop talking. Because he's trying to say, well, you know, they're trying to get him to say, do you like women young? And he's trying to like be evasive. And then they ask a question that says, is an intern young? He says yes. Now, what that does is anytime he's accused of either being interested in an intern or someone of the sort that would fit the bill, it goes to show what Epstein and his conversation may have said, which is he likes them young. So he doesn't realize, but they kind of tripped him up in an interesting way.
Jeffrey Epstein instructed a witness to deny you were ever on his island.
He didn't have to since I was never there.
Did you ever travel to Zorro Ranch?
Is that the one in New Mexico?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Have you ever flown on anyone else's private jet 26 times or more for overseas trips?
I have flown as many miles on other jets, but never with as many stops.
Sexual misconduct allegations made against you with Epstein or Maxwell?
Never.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer to help manage or silence women who made sexual misconduct allegations against you?
No.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer financial support directly or indirectly to legal defense funds
She's on his ass.
related to impeachment?
So this is the person who wants to talk to Jay-Z, just to let you know.
Proceedings or civil actions against you?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you think a young girl massaging a president is unusual?
So are you asking his opinion?
Well, he was massaged by a young woman. I'm asking if he thinks it's unusual that a president, sitting president of the United States, leader of the free world, that
So
it's
I'm sorry,
unusual.
are you speaking to, are you talking to the instance of
Yes, is it unusual that
the
a
back
young woman would be
massage that
massaging?
occurred while he was not president? I'm just trying to understand. You said a president of the United States.
Former president?
Thank you. Just trying to make sure we're correcting the
Are you
time frame.
filibustering?
No, I don't need
Okay.
to. I'm actually trying to make sure that as
I think
you.
I'm pretty clear. He said
You said he was a sitting
Excuse me,
president.
Excuse me, could we just please go one at a time? Thank you.
You said a sitting president. I want you to be clear so that when he answers
Former
you,
sitting
the
president. How
record
do
is
you want to do
clear.
it? Is it unusual?
I have no idea if it's unusual.
Objection calls for speculation.
I figured. Did you ever think that all these women around Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell was odd, unusual, weird, or creepy?
There weren't all that many around when I was there.
How many would you say is not all that many?
I think on this big plane.
Chat, this is why I keep telling y'all, when someone's like, oh no, well, Hillary was like a lawyer before, so she could deal with this. He's answering emotionally. It's not about you either not doing anything, whatever. Don't give these people anything. And he's trying to give context and they're just moving off the context, right? They're asking stupid questions, right? And his lawyer's like, fuck, like, don't indulge.
That was working long hours, having 2 to 4 people on there. I thought was, as far as I knew, they were all helping.
Flight attendants in tank tops and jeans, right?
No.
Do you believe you were a victim of a Jeffrey Epstein intel operation? Do you think that you might have been like caught up in some of what he was maybe potentially doing?
Excuse me, Congressman, which question are you asking?
I'm asking
Intel
if the-
operation?
First of all, I don't.
Some type of intel operation. I'm just curious because it's been speculated on today and yesterday
understand.
that he may have been an intel asset. Do you think, perhaps knowing what we know now, the proclivity of it all, that he may have been targeting you as part of an intel operation?
I doubt it.
Okay. In 2019, you stated, after he was arrested, I guess this would be the second time, you stated you knew nothing of Epstein's, quote, terrible crimes since you only met, quote, briefly on only, quote, 2 occasions. Was this statement false?
Excuse me, Congressman.
That's not an accurate statement. Can you please share us the statement?
Yes. In 2019, as reported by the media.
Which media?
This says this is the.
Could you share a copy of it, please?
Okay, Daily Beast. It says the title of this is Bill Clinton failed to mention his intimate 1995 dinner with Epstein. On your hand right now.
And they relied on.
Okay, so I'm kind of like, you know, going over this one particular rep who is from South Carolina, and she's grilling him. Like, she's supposedly the person who's the most like gun-ho in, yo, we're going to figure out what the fuck is going on with this Epstein files. And she's the one who came up with this additional list. She says she wants more people to pose. She wants Jay-Z to stand or sit actually for a deposition, and a deposition in regards to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, if you ask me, I personally think Jay doesn't have too much association with Epstein. I think his associations is with Harvey Weinstein. And that's equally as disgusting, but, you know, him doing a deposition, if their idea is just trying to figure out who is doing bullshit or creepiness, they could absolutely use info that they get from Jay if he's speaking about his relationship or, you know, his time around Harvey Weinstein. So he is officially one of the people who's on the list.
On only a portion of it. They relied on only a portion of his full
And
statement.
that's the portion I'm focusing on.
Well,
he said it
then-
only was with Jeffrey
so
Epstein on
it's
two
actually a
occasions.
misrepresentation of his entire statement.
Well, can you let your client answer the question?
Well, can you ask it in a way that would make it clear that what you were
I'm being
actually
very
asking
clear. His statement said
is
he
the
met with
broader
Jeffrey
question of
Epstein.
what did he say?
He said he briefly met with him only on two
the
occasions.
Daily Beast selected that piece
So
out.
are you denying that the president made this statement?
What I'm saying is that there is an entire statement. That's the statement on which the president spoke to.
Would you like to provide it to this committee?
We're happy to provide that committee.
Okay, I would like.
Anyway. All right, chat. I need everybody to get over to Kick. We still have, let me see what time it is. We got about 3 or 4 hours left, and we're going to be doing this as a Kick exclusive. I know we didn't get to our normal topics. We're not doing too much on the Jay-Z stuff. You know, they're going to act like we're crazy. So we'll see tomorrow in the fallout on what people say about it. Again, this is an elected official who thinks that Jay-Z should answer some questions. I've never said Jay-Z was guilty of anything. I thought that it was interesting that he was involved in this type of stuff. I thought Jigga was only selling bricks. I thought he was selling crack. I thought he was selling like drugs. I didn't think he was selling or he would be involved in anything to do with like, you know, creepiness or, you know, a bunch of like man whore activities. But nevertheless, he is. So we're going to see what everybody else has to say about it, but we'll see what the results of that is. So we'll leave that there for now, but we're going to get on to the rest of topics. And we do got a bunch of topics that we got to like quickly get to before sunrise. We got about, was it 4 hours before sunrise? And we're not getting off until then. So please, if you guys could come over to Kick, the website is kick.com/academics. You will see, let me just put this up here right now. Again, if you guys do show up, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, and make sure we're rocking, okay? All right, chat. I am cutting both YouTube channels. So if you're on YouTube, I'm going to give you a minute. Kick.com, okay? Kick.com/academics. We're about to jump into a quick update with Dirk. And then we're going to jump into, I feel like this has been long overdue. We didn't cover we did cover the J. Cole and Lil Pump Beef a little bit. But we're going to cover Sci-Hi and J. Cole. What the fuck? Sci-Hi and J. Cole. All right, whatever. We'll do it. All right, people. All right. Enough. Giving out a 30-second warning. We're going over to Kick, people. Kick.com/academics. Here we go. Here we go. Wait, what? Okay. All right, people. Kick.com/academics real quick, and we will continue. So we're doing the Dirk update real quick. So much misinformation about Dirk, but we're going to finally get to a place of understanding where his trial is. I believe his trial has now been pushed back for like the umpteenth amount of time, but it is what it is. All right, chat. Thank you. I know you guys are coming over, so I will take this off the screen, and we're off of everywhere but